Hello and welcome. Now, this is by way of a very special. This is not me normally working as I normally do. This is me chatting. Why is my food all gone? Now, that's a little bit odd. No, we left this. We did a. Maybe I'm one session behind. Perhaps. Well, it doesn't matter, not for this particular one, because this is by means of a very special recording. This is a massive shout out because I have reached the milestone of 500 subscribers this very day. Yeah, I've been keeping my eye out for days because it was one of those things where you're thinking, oh, is it going to be today or is it going to be? Yeah, I've not gone on about it, but has been one of those things. So these only come around once, and this to me was a monster. I mean, yeah, I remember when I'd got 3 subscribers, and then I remember when I'd got 10 and 13 and 20 and 30 and 50 and 100 and 200 and 250. I remember all of these milestones, but this is special. And I thought, I'm not going to do any work, but I am going to give everybody a shout out. Special mentions to certain both subscribers and viewers, but also the modders that make the game so special, truthfully. And by means of that, also we've now got the tool where we can actually just go into the store and actually look at the modders' names, which is highly, highly relevant. It really is. So, first of all, I'm going to actually give you, the subscribers and viewers, and all of those commenters, whether you pass through or you stay around, a massive shout out, especially Kevin and Marty and Milk That Hen. And yeah, and do not forget Milk That Hen support. He's busy building his own channel, but yeah, just massive. I just said this in the comments, really, that a channel isn't about one person, it's about a collection of people, a sharing of ideas and a coming together, really, and also takes something special like this frustratingly brilliant game. It is fantastic. Giants are, I think, there's been. I'm on 1 day seasons on Saxthorpe. I'm just recording, not released any of them yet, but I'm literally working on that now. And I've noted that the contracts are, for the first time ever, actually working properly. So Giants are working. Some things like that have been massive and they've been gone on for so long, really since the beginning of FS22, and I've never felt that Giants have got a handle on it until now. Of course, there's still things. It's a massive game. It is. There's still things not quite right, but I mean, it is getting there, and that is a fantastic thing. So obviously, a massive shout out to Giants for such a good game. But a massive shout out to you modders, though, that really make the game special. That is, I'm going to honestly say that. The vanilla gamers I know from Horse Aggravation is a pale comparison to what the finished game is with the addition of mods, and whether that's script based or I'm gonna have to move away from the cars because they're too noisy. Yeah, although obviously from that it looks like they've not been fed, so yeah, I'm gonna have to check my save on my other PC. I thought I'd dragged everything across, but we'll check because looks like I'm a session behind. Yeah. So, massive shout out. JM, I picked this map on purpose because there is one modder that I'm going to single out. Not as like, there's a lot of modders, but JM Gaming, I've admired JM Gaming's work from Rizu Forest onwards, recognised his skill, and also that he doesn't always do things in the way that people expect him to do. But he is also tireless in the way that he's done so many updates, whether it was, I mean, Rhombos Road has got to be specially mentioned in this particular shout outs to all of you, the viewers, subscribers and modders. So I'm going to mention some of the bigger names, but also I'm going to shout some of the little ones. I'm going to start with one of my a mod that turned me around right back in the beginning, and that's Ian898 with Sleep Anywhere. One of those mods that people might not appreciate. I certainly do. As I start from scratch here, when I was on Horbella and I had no sleep trigger and I had to sleep through the nights and speed it up 360 and it takes me 5 minutes to get through each night. That was a massive turning point for me. Vectorman, GTX, was it Vectorman that? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. This was the first modded tractor in the game, and I haven't forgotten that. No, I haven't. Now, I don't use it very often because it's a little bit slow. Medium tractors, I believe it will be in. Yeah, it is, but it does. Yeah, it was. There was no modded tractors. This was the very first. I was on No Man's Land at the time, and I remember when this dropped. Yeah, it is Vectorman, the Deutz-Fahr D16006, 006. Yeah, it's an amazing tractor. It is. It's 160 horsepower, but it's only 50 miles an hour. It is, but it's heavy. It's grand. It's a articulate tractor, and it is one of my absolute truly favourites. It is. It's a beaut, but again, it's so slow that I can't use it very often, and that is a shame. But it is nevertheless something worth shouting out. Yeah, massive shout out. If you were to think of a modder, who are the modders that have taught you the most by their things? I'd have to shout out Black Sheep Modding for their massive, whether it's my favourite shed or so many pieces of equipment, the HX20, all of these type of things that really do make a difference. I mean, my favourite shed is, yeah, phenomenal. I love that shed. I'll show you what I'm waffling on about. It is sheds, and my absolute favourite shed of all time has got to be Alien Gym while we're passing as well. Another shout out, yeah, another massive modder for all of the tireless support, the packs that Alien Gym has released. Massive shout out, definitely. But yeah, this is my. I do like the Bernie as well. Bernie SCS. He's got he's got two names. Omatana, that was going to be a special shout out as well. Pepe 978. I do love his tireless inventions and his love of Fiat. Yeah, obviously Pepe's got to be Italian, absolutely, but amazing. Yeah, GTX object storage and other things like that. Quite a few mods. Here is my favourite shed, and you'd think, really? That's your favourite shed? Absolutely, yes. It may be simple, but it's absolutely amazing. What with its little tiny bays, those four bays there, and then the main run through, it's a centre shed. It can only be done in certain places. It can't be done everywhere. It has been my favourite shed and on many a Let's Play. Um, yeah, Zero Oito as well. Yeah, for maps, a lot are the ones that I can remember mainly. H2 Studios for my favourite trailer, low loader, the 50-foot trailer. Absolutely love that. I love most of H2 Studios. The TLX, how can you not? Yeah, like the TLX, my favourite trailer, as is. Yeah, I mean, I like the IMT, but it's bulked a little bit, and it's got collisions in too low a place. So yeah, it's one of those that's going to be removed from my mods because I can't ignore it. There aren't many maps I could use it on. It keeps on catching and causing mischief on most of the Let's Plays that I play, and that's not me. I still appreciate the hard work that goes into it. It's just that certain mods sometimes need a little bit of work to make them work. I can't think of. It's all right. I'm not going mad. I'm trying to think of it. It'll come. The more you chase a name, the more it disappears. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to go out of the game. You will only see the game, but I'm going to have a quick look at because I cannot for the life of me. Missy B is also one that I will definitely call out as probably one of the very first modders that I really took note of in FS19, the slurry yard, a massive, massive thing that really means a lot to me. Right, yeah, ER Shabba, the old farm countryside, gotta mention that. Um, I'm trying to think of the colour configurator. Um, um, why is it I've searched for Maypole Farm and I've not even got that come up on the thing when it is a thing? Yeah, Forgotten Isles. There's another one that I absolutely fell in love with almost instantly by Maps by Mako. Yeah, really amazing. It is. Do you know how can you search for something and it not come up in the first starting spring? FSG modding, love that. Although it has it, you say that it does. You can leave it on all the time. You can't. So I've got the proof on YouTube. You cannot leave that on all the time at all. Right. Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. I'm going through the pages. Yeah, yeah. Um, Fruling and St. Callie is Callie, literally German. Well, I presume so. It's a German name. So yeah, that's another one. Farmer Five Tom, Agrotono, Sully, even. Yeah, absolutely. There's a few things by Sully. A lot of new and old modders. Yeah, Puma 145. There's a lot of mods that I've got of theirs, and a lot of maps. Yeah, Johnny X Pro, Hills of Tuscany. Yeah, that's another one. Tethys Saturn. Wolfex modding the Class Quantum 3800K on FS19. The closest thing to that was Oxygen David. How can I not mention Oxygen David? Chisel with the enhanced animal system. I've had to take it off, and I'm going to test it again to see if it's working still. Creative Mesh, the emergency pack. Another modder that was not around before, but one that has truthfully my favourite tractor, the Case IH Magnum 340 400 by Mac Trucker, and all of the mods by Mac Trucker, amazing. Some of them have caused me trouble, absolutely have over the years, but nevertheless still fantastic. Zero Auto for the Frontier, I've got to mention that specifically. The time-saving stock check by TW Productions. Yeah, all of Bernie SDS's lots of packs. They're amazing. Lancy Boy, massive name through for a long time. TNT modding. Oh, come on. What is your name? I hate that one. The more you chase, the more it disappears. Gwendol. Schultz modding. A lot of fantastic things. Gridu. Yarra Valley. I love that. Amazing map. I did a little short run on it. Yeah. Oxygen David again. Ola Haldor. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly, but I reckon I have actually. I reckon I nailed that for once. I'd love to find the colour configuration. Production revamp. I knew Tethys Saturn for something. Power Tools Weasel. There's a lot of things that Weasel has done. Although, let me have a look. Let me just see. If I click on the modder's name, it'll take me to what they've done. The Tidy Shop mod titles, absolutely. The one that enables you to actually see them, those two, and the Power Tools. Yeah, the one I remember Weasel for the most. Right. Oh, come on. I'm looking for Neverland Rastaman. I mean, it's my favourite American map that I've ever done. I love Hobo's Hollow. Might try East Vineland, USA by Mac Trucker. Cavalier Roy, of course. Yeah, Maypole, which I intend on finishing. There's a year of time left to do in Maypole Farm. Now that we've sorted out that it was nothing to do with Cavalier Roy, but was totally to do with other mods. So, yeah, I know I was totally stationary. I was. So yeah, this is only going to be a short, but this is a shout out. Yeah, to really thank you for all of the things that every single one of you brought to my game, and for teaching me, schooling me, all of you, the modders, the map makers, well, still modders, but you know what I mean. Yeah, a special mention. Making a map is something very, very that I really do take my hat off. I recognise it is a colossal amount of work, especially when you update it and yeah, you take note. There are some map makers that just make it and leave it and just fix out the few things that are wrong, and then there are some who tirelessly work until it's to their JM Gaming one specifically. The amount of updates JM Gaming brings two things. I was forgetting Agres. It's a bit of a struggle on my gaming laptop. It really is. Yeah, it's the bit of scudding. Although he has adjusted it, it's not as bad as it used to be. I recorded one the other day and it didn't do anything bad on this. So yeah, I'm on 0.5 because all I'm doing is chatting. Yes, I'm trying to think if I've missed anybody. Yeah, the color configurator. I really wish I could find your name because it will not let me do it outside and actually find you. And I know it's one of those modders that, let's just put color. And I'm not sure if it's spelled American way or English way. Yeah, JMZ, Chenben. Yeah, there's another one as well, which we can check inside. Sully's produced quite a lot, actually, that and JMZ has. Oxygen David, obviously. Trying to think. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm not honestly, yeah, just Vanquish 81. Yes. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm just going to look at Vanquish 81 because I know they produce quite a lot of things that I like. Yeah, from Hagenstead. Now that's one that I would like to go. Westbridge Hills, of course. I don't think I did Vanquish 81's version. I think I did the other one. VSR modding. I didn't realise that as well. So they're to do with that group as well. Vanquish 081. Lizard Pop 6. Now that I do remember. Small Vehicle Workshop. That's not the one that I use though, is it? I don't think. The Lizard PW, of course. That I use on almost, yeah, my favourite of those is the Weefro. Actually, the PT30 is the original one. But I'm a massive fan of the Weefro. Really am. I have that on almost every single telehandler that I have in the game. So, yeah, massive shout out to Vanquish 81. I really do wish I could find out the colour configurator because you also are, yeah. I can't look at that in the game, can I? 'Cause, I mean, I can look at it in the game, but I can't actually see who it is. Yeah, that's so. Trying to think, have I missed anybody? The Omatana? Yeah, those ones that are always. I said this, the Omatana Farm Supply Production. Now, Omatana is one of those modders who tirelessly makes shed packs that I often have, but the biggest one has got to be the Farm Supply Production. It's not perfect, but then you wouldn't expect anything to be perfect. It is one of my absolute favourite productions that I really do. Yeah, the Slurry Yard was one in FS19. The GH66 mods. Now this little beaut has got to be one of those mods that I was asleep for months because I didn't realise this was, like so as good as it was. Farmer Jeb, the old General Mill. I find that I've only just found Bartson V3, who's released so many things. The Omatana Distributor, that's a fantastic one too. But yeah, it's got to be one of my absolute staples. I love that one by Tethys Saturn as well. But no, that's not my favourites. It's the other one of those. Yeah, Missy B, I love this. And the Greyquid Pro was a massive schooler for me. That schooled me a lot and taught me a lot. Flusty 94, the Stone Crushing Line production, fantastic. Blue Dragon, yeah, for your timber plantation. Bernie again, SCS. Yeah, obviously the Lord. Sorry, Lord, for forgetting you when you've done so many fantastic things. Yeah, the farm productions. This farm supply production is my favourite one, which we obviously have gone past. I love that. It is so amazing for its seed making and mixing. It's got so many fingers in so many places. The Hessian farm is one of my earlier ones. I love that. It doesn't accept bales, but I wouldn't expect it to. It's still amazing, it really is. I do love it. I don't use it very often now because I would nearly always use this Biometana. And yes, the smaller one. I did used to use the big one, but this is a beaut. It really is. Love it. Yeah, disturb simulations, absolutely. For your BGA, which is absolutely amazing, as well as your, and it's not really cheaty. Not now there's the upgrade things. If I upgrade that 3 times, it's actually more powerful than that one, which costs, yeah, 30 grand. So you're not really cheating. No, at least not anymore anyway. So I don't think we should lose the title cheaty, really, but that's just me. Crude oil production, ER Shabba, amazing. A lot of things ER Shabba has done, which is quite amazing. Yeah, the cafe. Now then, animals. As a special mention to, we want to go to cows. We're on cows. Yeah, Didek 96, like a lot of your things, quite amazing. Rawley Christie. Absolutely. My cow pasture was my #1 favourite for a long time. Although that, I've got to mention Food Farmer from FS19. Yours was my absolute always favourite starting thing. It is amazing. Truly, you need a bit of land for it to go on, but it is amazing. Yeah, Peasel. Um, Michael S. Garage with Carbon. I've used these a lot by Cookie Cat. Here we go, Chumpy Farmer. These are my favourites now. Absolutely amazing. They are super duper. I love them, really do. Sheep. Now I've got a couple of favourites that I've used. Cookie Cat. Again, yeah, you're my hero in the sheep thing. I love that one there. I've used that often back to back to make it into almost a 400er. Quite amazing. We use that on Western Wilds and actually quite a few other ones, like the Puma one too. There's another one by, is it? Yeah, let's have a look. 51,000 it is. There we are, Brummy Farmer. I believe Brummy Farmer's made a map. I think so. But yeah, that is my. If room is not a thing, I love that. I've got that. I had it on Neverland at the end. Also had it on another map that I didn't. Only did a few special sort of things on chickens. And don't use chickens enough. I've got to get better at that. I really have. Yeah. I don't use that. The others. I'm trying to think of the. Oh, yeah, the special mention. Actually, because this is something I asked for a long, long time ago. Oh, I didn't realise you could actually place those like that. That's amazing. Yeah, the Falva builds your farm silo. I love the fact you release these decorations. The Olaf TNT for the signs. Amazing, truly. It's a lot of, yeah, the triangles trouble your details pack, which does add a lot of thing to the game, truthfully. So yeah, absolutely. So without all of you, I wouldn't really have a channel and a hobby. Really, I love doing this, love creating the content. But yeah, massive shout out. A special thanks though, obviously, to JM Gaming for all of your maps and your tireless hard work and on supporting those maps and making them better and making them meet your vision. Because I recognise that your vision's different to a lot of map makers. Nevertheless, you do need a shout out because your work is appreciated, truly it is. And I do put you up there with all of the Black Sheep Modern and Oxygen David. Truthfully, the detail on your maps is amazing, truly is. Again, Black Sheep Modern and a giant, and as is Alien Jim. Western Wilds, love that map. Love No Man's Land. That is a map that stands out as a unique map. There's so many maps that have tried to sort of do the same. The Pioneers map, all of those ones that have come afterwards. Avon Valley by Missy B. Is that right? Yeah, it is. I almost thought I'd mentioned the wrong modder. Riverside, again, love that. That was got to be one of my favourite English maps. That also broke the mould of what an English map. Yeah, it's got wider roads. I like that. Not all English places have got tiny little roads. I do love that. Definitely, Missy B for so much that you've done. Omatana for everything that you've done as well. Absolutely humongous amount of things. Oxygen David for your continued. I mean, Calmston is my absolute favourite map of all. I've got to say that. It is still, I was thinking, do I go on Calmston for this particular thing? And I thought, well, recently, I've got to be honest, JM Gaming I thought I'm going to go on a JM Gaming map, and this is the live map, and this is our live farmyard at present. So yeah, it's special. This is the home that I've chosen to go on right now. Court Farms, I'm just literally wrapping up. I've done the second to last episode tonight, finished the storyline of that particular one off. Some of the sounds are awful. Yeah, the sound ultra, the poor policeman. Oh my life, it is terrible. It really is. I cringed when I listened to it, but I thought, a lot of them sound too much like myself. No matter how much I think the yeah, no, I don't want to mention that. The episodes are there. This is more a shout out for all of the supporters. A special shout out, as I said, to Kevin and to Marty and to Milk That Hen. And to all of you modders, again, a massive shout out to thank you for all the work that you do. And I know it's not as easy as people think. Yes, you can. I know how to alter a mod. I know that much. I've also know how to convert an FS19, a basic one, from FS19 to FS22, thanks to some fantastic YouTube tutorials of people who mod, basically. So yes, yeah, I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. I hope I've not forgotten anybody in particular, and I know I will have done, in which case I shall specifically mention. Yeah, but one shout out especially as well, Cavalier Roy. I do hope that I go on Glenleathan. I really do. But yeah, you are my type of map maker. Yeah, you really are. If I was to sort of single out someone with my kind of map, it would have to be Cavalier Roy. Yeah, I've thoroughly loved your map. It's authentic, it's English, well, it's UK feeling Maypole. Beautiful terrain. The fact that you can tweak the hedges and put gates in and things like that and remove things, even including trees. Notes that to please all the map makers. Yeah, I love the fact. I mean, JM Game is another one where you can actually remove. One thing I loved about Ron Boss was the fact that the fencing that he'd put in, you could actually remove and put it in yourself, remove it, put a gate in, do whatever you like. That is my thing. And Cavalier Roy is another map maker, a modder that does that. I like that. I am a not Rastaman. I almost dropped Neverland, which would have been a mistake. But yeah, I was so upset at the time when there were two patches of land that we'd got. I think it was field 12 at the top, where there was trees and you couldn't cut trees down. And I'm like, oh my. And the other one, which was even worse, was that like second farmyard that you've got at the top of the map, where there's a load of trees, which would have made a right nice field. I would have understood if it was like fruit producing or something like that, but they're just trees that sit there, and you can't do anything really, not from a game perspective, and it is a game. So yeah, it's some things you have to put a question mark by. But as I've said about Oxygen David, you do recognise a grandmaster really when you see them, and I would not go on an Oxygen David map because I'm not allowed to chop a tree down. But it does annoy me very much. Whereas Cavalier Roy, your style of map making is my particular favourite type. So yeah, if we could meet somewhere in the middle, it'd be fantastic. Yeah, Attingham Park. Yes, Six Ashes was my favourite, and I never made any bones about that. Yeah, are there maps that are missing that I'd love to see from FS19 to FS22? There are, and these are a special thing. My absolute favourite map in FS19 is still, even though it's so far behind now, it's got to be Sudbury Meadows. It's weird how no one appreciates Sudbury Meadows. It is such a beautiful map. Never had any season support, never had any. It literally lagged behind. It was only base game, and in the end, I went back. When I was getting into precision farming, I went back again, and I thought, I can't play this anymore. Yeah, it had lost its magic because I didn't play base game anymore. But yeah, I mean that taught me how to do Forestry, really, it did. I loved doing forestry on that. That's another one. I think, is it? Let's have a quick look. Let me just show you. In the forestry machines, my absolute favourite is. It was the Scorpion King for a very long time, but it isn't now. It's not the U either. Oh, of course you had to do that, didn't you? Of course you did. It is. I do like that one by North NMC North Modding Company, but my favourite is by Vectorman, the TF840B pack. I used that on Silverrun and I don't regret it at all. It was an absolute beaut. I actually would prefer that over that now, which that's taken me a lot. I've never been a massive fan of the Sampo Rosenlu. Of any of theirs, they always felt a bit clunky to me, and I know that I'm not trying to be offensive. This is just my personal opinion, and I'm not saying they're horrible. I'm just saying we all click with something. I like that, the Lizard 560 or the Malwar, really. Cheap as chips and absolutely amazing, really. Just doesn't do the big trees. That does everything. That is amazing. Yeah, have I missed anyone? I will have done. I know I will. And tomorrow morning when I've finished this, I'm going to think, I've not mentioned that particular modder. But the colour configurator, you are a hero. The same as Ian 898, I cannot forget the mods that turned things around for me, and that was definitely one of them. But yeah, I think we've gone all around. Your favourite mods, if you're going to pick them out. My favourite is actually the shed that we've got on here. I love that, and I'm going to call it a shed because although it is a silo as well, I remember it more as a shed. It's so fantastic by Bernie SCS. Absolutely amazing. It is. Say, we've just seen all of the animal ones that I absolutely love. My absolute favourites, Foo Farmers, and all those other ones. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to leave it there because otherwise I'm going to waff on forever and bother you all. But yeah, just thank you so much for making this game absolutely amazing. It really has been heightened by all of you, and I'm glad I didn't forget you, Lords, because you've made some cracking little maps and some amazing things. The all-in-one production has got to be, if you were to single something out with far-reaching effects, some of the recipes on it, yeah, they're not all fantastic. That's one thing I've got to say about the Farmer Jeb one. I'm liking it. I've always said this. I've always thought it, but I didn't really voice it. Some of the Giants productions don't make any sense from a monetary sort of point of view because of the fact they often half what you've got, which then means you're probably sometimes better off to sell just the produce, which doesn't seem to make any sense to the fact that we're supposed to be using productions. But now there are some, not that aren't silly, but the Farmer Jeb one, that is amazing. There's often, it's lossless. You put in something and you get out exactly the same, but not always the product itself. You often get a side product. Now that's true. Usually something's going to break down in some ways, but you're not going to lose half. It really is in my eyes. It just makes no financial sense. Some of the Giants' recipes, it really does rip you down, and you're losing money almost, really, if you compare it to what you would sell. Not just that the time, sometimes how much that mod is going to cost you to recoup the losses. I mean, yeah, there are some things. Bread doesn't make much sense to me in the game. But then again, it's not a product that you're going to make a fortune from a killing, is it really? So I suppose, yeah, the oil industry, even in the base game, is fantastic. I've got to try and find... No, the Farmer Jeb one. That is going to be one you're going to see in my Let's Plays a lot, because it's really amazing. You're going to see the all-in-one, definitely the Omatana, definitely I do love the Missy B, it came and then went, yeah, your silo stroke production, because that is a bit of a game changer. There's another one as well by another little modder that I was reading the other day that does a similar thing, but not quite as good as, I'm going to name it because, yeah, we're going to go to it because I'm forgetting its name. It is, we have seen it. I'm going to remember it just as I come to it. I know I am. The Grain Quid Pro, exactly. I didn't even get to it. Yeah, the Grain Quid Pro, which is an amazing production. It is quite amazing that is a bit of a game changer. Yeah, I'm trying to be more of a modern FS22 farmer, and I think I'm beginning to get there a little bit, as in I'm using productions more than old school things. You won't see many clamps because they're old school. Not because I don't like them, but I'm trying to get new school, and I'm trying to be schooled by the productions, which is what we're trying to do, to be a modern farmer that uses his wits and his productions to do a lot of the work for him, to make it, I don't want to say easier. Yeah, it is easier, but also better. Yeah, really. With the right partners, that's important. It really is. But yeah, I am waffling on, so I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and a massive shout out to you all for making rounding my life out. And I'm going to put it like that. Definitely, it's given me hours of fun. It is amazing. The game is amazing. So shout out to you, Giants. Absolutely, it's beginning to get there a little bit. I did almost lose hope that you would ever sort out some of these major problems. Yeah, it is. It is getting up there with FS19. I'd still, if I've got to be honest, I'd still say FS19 has the edge on FS22. Maybe graphically FS22, but I don't think graphics always make a game. It's always gameplay that makes it. And the FS19, I still think, was the more refined of the products, even to this day. Although you've tried to push the boat out, and I recognise that. The physics, though, now they need a special mention. FS22 definitely beats FS19 in the physics side of things. It is a better game. I love the physics. I really do. You've got it almost right, and that's a hard thing to do. So yeah, massive shout out to Giants for the physics, the game, the canvas for all of you modders to work on, because it is fantastic. And with no further ado, before I drive you all crazy, I'm going to say goodbye for now.